Alright, let's show our remote users how to save an image file. Let's pretend, if you look over here on the right monitor, you've found a region of interest, a mineral of interest, and you'd like to save an image of this mineral to go along with your WDS analysis or EDS analysis. What you would do is make sure you're in focus, the contrast and brightness is fine. Go to Analysis, then click on Online Particle Analysis. Now this big window will show up on Particle Analysis. Under File, click on Get Image. Now what's going to happen, and then hit Get Image again. You can change the image size and information like that, but just click on Get Image. Now on your monitor it'll look like it's going to freeze, and then on your particle analysis window it's going to slowly collect this high resolution image. Once it's collected, this is where it gets a little quirky. We've got old software, and in order to save a file it's a little difficult, so bear with me. We'll have to use something called a TIFF grabber, which is an option if you click on the background of the probe software. After we save the image, we can also, I'll show you where you can find it on the probe computer, so you can email it to yourself. At the bottom here you can see scale bar, and you can even write on the image and give it a name, or even define points where you performed an analysis. Okay, so video is back up and our image collection is done. If we go to Operation and hit Text right here, keep your cursor within the writing text box. If not, nothing will happen. So let's say you wanted to call this sample 1. You can of course change the color. You can also change the size. You can make it smaller. We'll keep it at medium. And what you also have to do is pick a point on the image where you'd like this to be written. So say you want it to be written here. There's your point. Then you would click Write. Okay, and there's sample 1. Now if you'd like to define points where you've analyzed the sample, what I like to do is if you use the star button and you can say point 1. Let's say we analyzed over here. This is to keep track of it. Maybe we want to do it under small size. Or how about this? We just do the star and then the number 1. So this will be your first point of analysis. Boom, it can be right there. And you can just continue to do this all over your sample. Here's where we took point 2, point 3, etc. Okay. Now if you choose to delete some of these markups that you've done on your image, you can hit delete and then say, oh, let's delete point 3. Just click on it and it's gone. You can also shift them if you want to, change the locations. You can hit shift and click on one of them and move it around onto different parts of the image if you want to. Okay. So now let's say we want to save the image as is. Right click on the background of the probe software and hit the capture tool. Let's choose capture an image, which is G, and then hit enter. Remember, keep your cursor in the file typing area, because if I move it away and type, I'm typing right now, nothing's happening. So I have to move it in and then type. Okay. So we'll call this test sample 1, then hit enter. Now what you see here is kind of like a crosshairs, and what you have to do is, it's kind of like the capture tool in Microsoft where you have to click and hold and then highlight the area that you want to capture. Now be careful when you do this, because you could get the background of the probe software in this image, and then later on you have to crop it out. So be really careful. Go from one corner, click and hold, and bring it all the way. Oh, okay, that failed. My mouse doesn't work so well. Okay, let's try this again. Sample test 2. Okay, so click and hold. Make sure you get the scroll bar. Let go. Okay, so it's saved. So now you can close this right here. Now don't close this yet, just in case we can't find it. But if you want to find your image and then email it to yourself, open up the FileZilla. Let's quick connect to the probe computer. Oh, we're already connected. Good. Now let's find it. Okay, this will be... Oh wait, someone was on this already. Let's go. Okay. Images. Oops. Oh, it should be under TIFFs because we saved it as a TIFF file. And there it is, samples test 2. So let's bring this over. You can just drag it over to the desktop here if you want to, or if you have a specific folder on the jump computer. Let's take a look at it, see if it worked. It's a big file, so there we go. Yeah, so it worked and it looks nice. So that's how you would... Oh, jeez. Okay, there we go. And here's FileZilla. I just opened it, quickly connected to the probe computer, and found the file. It's usually, if you go back, hit under the Beasley folder, it's under TIFS. These are where the files will be saved. These are other pictures other users have taken. And then you can just open up a web browser and email it to yourself. Meanwhile, on the probe, you can close the online particle analysis. Continue navigating until you find another area you'd like to take an image of. Let's say it's that, and then do the same thing over again. Oops. Okay.